In this video, I'm going to discuss a topic in mathematics in the modern world entitled Modular Arithmetic. It is important at this point to know the difference among whole numbers, counting numbers, natural numbers, and integers. Since sa modular arithmetic, ang kailangan natin ay integers. So dapat alam nyo muna kung ano ba ang difference ng whole numbers, counting numbers, natural numbers, at integers. Let's first discuss whole numbers. Pag sinabi natin whole numbers, these are simply the numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and so on. Counting numbers are whole numbers but without the zero. So, ang counting numbers ay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and so on. Bakit hindi kasali ang 0 as a counting number? Since ang 0 ay hindi nabibilang, that's why hindi siya kasali as a counting number. Natural numbers can mean either counting numbers or whole numbers, meaning to say, included sa natural numbers ang 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and so on. Kasi ang natural numbers, they can mean counting numbers or whole numbers. When we say integers, these are like whole numbers, but they also include negative numbers. Meaning to say, positive numbers and negative numbers, pero hindi kasali ang fractions at numbers na merong decimals. What are the examples of integers? We have negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, and so on. Other examples are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. What if 0? Is 0 an integer? Yes, since integers are like whole numbers, and we know that whole numbers include 0. 1/2, 1/4, 1.10, 1.20, 2.5, 3.6, those are not considered as integers. Given integers a and b and a positive integer n, a and b are considered congruent modulo n if a minus b is divisible by n. The relationship is expressed symbolically as follows. This is very simple. Yung integers a and b daw ay congruent modulo n kung yung difference ng a and b ay divisible by n. Now, how will you know if a number is divisible by another number? A number is divisible by another number if the result has no decimals or remainder. For example, is 12 divisible by 4? Yes, 12 is divisible by 4 because if you divide 12 over 4, the result is 3. And 3 has no decimals or remainder. Let us study the following example. In this example, our A is 30, our B is 6, and our N is 12. 30 and 6 are considered congruent modulo 12 because 30 minus 6 divided by 12 is equal to 2. 30 minus 6 is 24. Divided by 12, the result is 2. In this example, 30 minus 6 is divisible by 12. The result is 2, which has no decimals nor remainder. When it comes to equations, you will be asked to solve the value of x. For example, solve 3x plus 1 and 2 are congruent modulo 7. In this problem, we will compute the integer that will satisfy the congruence. The first thing that you should do is to transpose 2 to the left side of the equation. That will become 3x plus 1 minus 2 and 0 are congruent modulo 7. The left side of the equation will then become 3x minus 1. The next thing that you should do is to know your n. The n in this problem is 7. To find the value of x, we will limit our search always from 0 to the integer before 7. So that means na ang value ng x ay either 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Since yung 6 ay yung number or integer before 7. What if the n is 5? Then you will just limit your search from 0 to 4. Since 4 is the integer before 5. Let us try x is equal to 5. 3x minus 1 and 0 are congruent modulo 7. Let's substitute 5 and that will become 3 times 5 minus 1 and 0 are congruent modulo 7. 3 times 5 is 15. So that will become 15 minus 1 and 0 are congruent modulo 7. 15 minus 1 is equal to 14. So it will become 14 and 0 are congruent modulo 7. 14 minus 0 is equal to 14. Divide it by 7, that will become 2. Since 14 is divisible by 7, then x is equal to 5 is a solution. Therefore, the value of x is equal to 5. And x is equal to 5 is the solution for this problem. In fact, x is equal to 5 is not the only solution for this problem. Meron pa tayong ibang solutions. In order to get the other solutions, find the multiples of 7. Ang multiples ng 7 ay 7, 14, 21, 28, and so on. 7 times 1 is 7, 7 times 2 is 14, 7 times 3 is 21, 7 times 4 is 28. So, ang multiples ng 7 ay 7, 14, 21, 28, and so on. After getting the multiples of 7, just add or deduct them to 5. Meaning to say, ang other solutions natin aside from 5 ay 5 plus or minus 7, 5 plus or minus 14, 5 plus or minus 21, 5 plus or minus 28, and so on. Let's study kung bakit yung 5 plus or minus 7 ay solution sa problem. Unahin natin yung 5 plus 7. 5 plus 7 is equal to 12. Isa-substitute natin yung 12 dun sa 3x minus 1. So that will become 3 times 12 minus 1. 3 times 12 is 36. So 36 minus 1 is equal to 35. 35 divided by 7 is equal to 5. Therefore, yung 35 is divisible by 7. Therefore, 5 plus 7 is a solution to our problem. Next is 5 minus 7. 5 minus 7 is equal to negative 2. Isa-substitute natin yung negative 2 dun sa 3x minus 1. So that will become 3 times negative 2 minus 1. 3 times negative 2 is negative 6 minus 1. Negative 6 minus 1 is equal to negative 7. Negative 7 divided by 7 is equal to negative 1. So negative 7 is still divisible by 7. Therefore, 5 minus 7 is a solution to the problem. Same process ang gagawin nyo sa 5 plus or minus 14, 5 plus or minus 21, 5 plus or minus 28, and so on. Please take note of the following. If the problem is to solve 3x plus 1 and 2 are congruent modulo 7, your answer should be 5. But if the problem is find all solutions to 3x plus 1 and 2 are congruent modulo 7, your answer should be the set of numbers 5, 5 plus or minus 7, 5 plus or minus 14, 5 plus or minus 21, 5 plus or minus 28, and so on. Let's have another example. Solve 4x plus 1 and 2 are congruent modulo 9. Equivalently, this is 4x minus 1 and 0 are congruent modulo 9. Saan galing yung negative 1? Galing siya sa 1 minus 2. 1 minus 2 is equal to negative 1. Our n here is 9. So we will try x is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hanggang 8 lang since the number before 9 is 8. And always start with 0. By trying x is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, it can be seen that x is equal to 7 is a solution. Let's substitute 7 to 4x minus 1. That will become 4 times 7 minus 1. 4 times 7 is equal to 28 minus 1. 28 minus 1 is equal to 27. And 27 divided by 9 is 3. Therefore, 27 is divisible by 9. Therefore, in this problem, our solution is 7. Or our answer is 7. But if the question is to find all the solutions, then the answer should be the set of numbers 7, 7 plus or minus 9, 7 plus or minus 18, 7 plus or minus 27, and so on. Take note that 9, 18, 27, and so on are all multiples of 9. Not all problems have a solution. For example, solve 2x and 1 are congruent modulo 4. Equivalently, this is 2x minus 1 and 0 are congruent modulo 4. Saan galing yung negative 1? Transpose natin yung 1 sa left side. Therefore, yung positive 1 na yan magiging negative 1. Our n here is 4. Therefore, we will try x is equal to 0, 1, 2, and 3. Always start with 0 and end with the integer before 4. And the integer before 4 is 3. That's why we will try x is equal to 0, 1, 2, and 3. Let's first try x is equal to 0. So substitute natin yung 0 dun sa 2x minus 1. 2x minus 1, so substitute natin siya. 2 times 0 minus 1 is equal to negative 1. Negative 1 is not divisible by 4. Therefore, x is equal to 0 is not a solution. Next, x is equal to 1. That is 2 times 1 minus 1. That is equal to 1. 1 is not divisible by 4. Therefore, x is equal to 1 is not a solution. Next, x is equal to 2. 2 times 2 minus 1 is equal to 3. 3 is not divisible by 4. Therefore, x is equal to 2 is not a solution. Next, x is equal to 3. 2 times 3 minus 1 is equal to 5. 5 is not divisible by 4. Therefore, x is equal to 3 is not a solution. Hence, the problem has no solution. Your answer should be no solution.